Welcome to Tree Dog Tuesday, only on the Fueled by Joy Working Dog Podcast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got another good one here for you this week. We are here with PKC World Champion Doug Heavner coming up. And as you guys know, Doug was the first contestant for the Joy Super Hunt. Of course, the Joy Super Hunt going to air at the end of February. So keep your eye on that. We've had Dual Murphy on. We've had Casey Maggard on. We've had Doug Heavner on now this week. So make sure and tune in and see Wednesday night who is going to represent Pro Sport. Yes, you heard it here first. I believe we are going to have that for you Wednesday night from Southern Indiana. That 4-dog cast to see who will be the dog of the year for Pro Sport and representing them in the Super Hunt is going to be decided on Cane Stream Media, so check that out. So we'll have one quick word from our sponsor, and then we will move on to my interview with PKC World Champion Doug Heavner. So enjoy. Why aren't you buying Joy Dog Food? Quality product, American made, family owned, and it is ran by a houndsman and owned by a houndsman. And in this day and age, man, we've got to stick together. Your dogs will look better, they will act better, they will hunt harder, and they will be healthier on Joy Dog Food than 99% of the other feeds out there. It's made by coon hunters, it's loved by coon hunters, and I have no idea why you guys aren't buying it. So, if you're not buying Joy Dog Food and you would like to try Joy Dog Food, go to joydogfood.com. All the information's on there, all of our products. Try it. You'll like it. Let's keep our hard-earned money inside the hound hunting community. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Tree Dog Tuesday. I'm your host, Josh Michaelis, and I'm here with a special guest, PKC World Champion Doug Heavner. Doug, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good.
Good. How's the weather down there?
It is cold, about 8 degrees this morning.
8 degrees this morning. You're in Mississippi, right?
Yep.
I thought you was. How far down south are you?
I'm up in the northeast corner, up close to Tennessee and Alabama.
That's cold for northeast Tennessee or northeast Mississippi.
It is.
Is everybody freaking out down there?
Oh no, we like it.
I'll tell you what, I bet them coons don't move very good when it's 8 degrees.
They don't.
They don't even move up here when it's 8 degrees. I know they don't down there.
Pretty much waste any time.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk to you about, of course, you won the World Championship. It was the first year that they moved it back into March. You know, it seems like forever ago. It was almost a year ago now that you became the first dog qualified for the Super Hunt that's coming up here in February. And you did it with Hooker, who that is the only time I've hunted with her, I believe, and I was really impressed by her. So tell me about Hooker, when you got her, what she was like when you got her, and just whatever else you can think of.
We bought her from a guy in North Carolina and give very little for her, give $2,500 for her.
No kidding.
She was supposed to be bad on possums.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and we hunted her and she was bad on possums. Well, we spent a little time with her at home here hunting her just the first winter. And then we sent her to Adam McGuire, and Adam really done some good with her. He hunted her for 9-10 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got her back. Well, I met him at Mount Orb and hunted her at $6,500 hunt at the Brownstown Blowout.
Yep.
And I got her in up there 2 nights.
Yeah. Got her in 2 nights?
Mm-hmm.
So her first trip to town after you guys done all that work with her, you was confident enough to pay $6,500 entry for her?
I don't know if we was confident enough to pay $6,500 or I was just ready to go somewhere.
There you go.
I get it.
But so and then when we left there, I left her there with him,
Mm-hmm.
and he hunted her for 2 or 3 more months. Then I got her back, hunted her some, and then the next hunt she got put in was the world hunt.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because she was a relative unknown. I mean, I'd never heard of her. I knew you'd had. Did you have Ruby at that time too? That's Hooker's littermate sister, right? Is Ruby?
It is. It is. Well, we had her 2 or 3 months before the world hunt, and we had sold her to the old man in Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
the squirrel dog man.
Oh, Sup Miller?
Sup Miller.
Yep.
And he kept her for a month or two, and then we bought her back right before the world hunt, and then we didn't bring her. I don't understand why we didn't take her, but we didn't take her to the world hunt.
Yeah.
But Adam had her hunting her, and then I'd actually had Hooker at my house.
I got you. I was wondering how that come about because I knew you had them both. I didn't know if you bought them both at the same time, if you had one before the other, or how it went.
No, I had Hooker almost 9 or 10 months before I called y'all's buddy up there in Iowa. Jack Bingham had Ruby.
I didn't even know Jack had Ruby, to be honest.
Yeah, he had Ruby, and he had bred her, and she had one pup.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said she just didn't tree enough up there for him.
Yeah.
So we bought her, and we sent her to Adam.
I got you.
And so
was Hooker and the success you'd had, and I assumed you liked her fairly early, was that one of the reasons you wanted to buy Ruby?
Yeah, we had her, and then we got Ruby, and she started treating coons looking good, pretty good. So we sent her to Adam, and I thought, well, they was the only two out of that litter left.
Yeah.
And then so we just decided just to try to see what we could do with them.
Well, it obviously worked out because you've had success with both. You win a world championship with Hooker. How was you feeling going in? Because this is the first year that it wasn't in October; it was in March. How did you feel going into that world hunting Hooker? And was she the only dog you brung that week?
I'd hunted Jake's dog a little bit, Preacher, one night, but she's the only one I took up there.
Yeah. Was you feeling pretty good coming into it?
Well, I'd hunted her for about 3 or 4 weeks at the house, and she'd be miles away running junk and not looking good. And she's treating coons, but she just wasn't in pocket, none.
Right.
Just running at my house. She likes junk at my house for some reason. I don't know. But the Sunday night before the world hunt started on Monday, I told Heath and Summer, I said, I'm going to get her in on Monday night. And they said, oh, you're crazy. You ain't even going to win up there. And Monday night come around, and she looked pretty good, and I got her in.
Yeah. What do you think that going from your house where the coons aren't quite as thick and it's a little rougher maybe up to Salem, in all them coons made a big difference with her?
I think it makes a world of difference.
Yeah.
To me, I think if you train one at my house, you can go anywhere in the world and win with it.
Yeah. What is the hunting like at your house?
If you treat 2 coons a night, you've really showed out.
Really?
I mean, we got a lot of deer. We got about everything that Texas has got, but not near as many hogs.
Yeah. You guys got hogs, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah, we got hogs, yep. But it's just we don't have a lot of coon where we live at. I mean, there's certain nights you can tree 5, 6 coons, but that don't come around every night.
Yeah. How did she look on that Monday night to get her in? Did she scum by a cast? Did she catch any breaks, or did she just go out there and look good both rounds?
She looked extremely good early.
Yeah.
Treed first coon probably about 3/4, then pulled off that, and 4 or 5 minutes she's sitting a little over a mile treed with another one.
Right.
And we walked the whole hunt out to her.
What about the late round?
The late round, she treated a coon for 225 out of the truck, and she made a slick, and I got some breaks in the late round.
Yeah.
Other dogs made some slicks too.
Yeah. And how does that, because I don't know, all the years I've been hunting, I don't know. How does it feel to just go out there on Monday and get in and have the rest of the week off, if you honest?
Well, I'd been hunting in the world hunt for probably 26 years, and that's the second time I've ever doubled up. The
Really?
first time I doubled up, it was on Thursday night.
No kidding.
Yep.
Well,
I
I don't feel as bad then to know that I ain't the only one. I don't
But
think
I don't-
I've lost 12 world hunt late rounds in a row.
But I'd only doubled up one time at the
Really?
world hunt in that many years. Yep.
Yeah. And so you're feeling pretty good getting back in the morning on Monday.
I felt good the rest of the week.
Yeah.
And then I'd went with my buddy Wesley. I walked with him one night, and he hunted early and late. And then next night I hunted Jake's dog and didn't do good. So Thursday I was like, I need to cut her loose somewhere. So
Yeah.
Ryan Croson and George Majors took me pleasure hunting,
Yeah.
and she run some jump. She made a slick, and she treated a coon.
Yeah.
And then so
Well, you figure, did you want to hunt her Thursday, the night before, try to get some of the spunk run off over a little bit coming
I
into
did.
Friday and not give her
I
an
did.
extra night off?
I did. I wanted to knock the edge off of her.
Yeah. Yeah. What'd your Friday cast early round go like?
I treed two real quick out of the truck, and they treat some coons, and then I was setting treed over a mile, but the wind was blowing and I couldn't hear, and I got lucky on that one.
Yeah.
Guy from Missouri, his dog was treed right there at the end of the hunt for the wind, and going there and he's got a den tree.
No kidding.
Yep. If he's got a coon, he's got me beat.
Yeah. Did
And-
I assume they squalled and beat and shook limbs and whatever they could do?
Oh,
Was that a nervous
they did
8
it.
minutes for you?
it was. I was like, I didn't know. I was like, this is going to be it right here. If they find it, it's over with.
Yeah.
And then I went around to pick her up, and I was going to shoot a coon up to her, and she had a slick. So I was glad. I was glad the wind was blowing, because not I would have treated her.
Because she's got a good mouth. You can hear that dog a long ways.
Oh, you can hear forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
They talk about these breaks that you need, at least one round. It seems like everybody I've talked to that's won a world championship or a super stakes or a nationals or something like that, they have one round where they caught a break of some kind. Sometimes it's a dog not having a coon when you think it would, or a den tree, like you said, but sometimes it's just an absolute fluke thing. Do you think, that your break, to right there to really propel you forward the rest of the week?
I caught a break 3 times, three different casts. I caught breaks.
Really?
In the late round, I drawed Logan Ray with bit, some other guy, and then Daryl Guess with jump.
Mm-hmm.
Right out of the truck, Logan strikes for 100. I strike for 75. I tree for 100. Logan trees for I tree for 125. Logan trees for 75.
Mm-hmm.
Going there, we got a coon. Jump's got a coon not 50 yards from us for 50 and 125.
Right.
We cut back loose. We cut ours back loose, and we get junk off his tree. We're treed again. I tree for a quarter, 125. Logan Ray trees for 75. We go in there. Go to me. I got a coon in a little Christmas tree. It ain't head high.
Really?
You could reach in there and grab the coon out if you wanted to. And Logan split. He's got a coon, so he's 50 behind me.
Yep.
And we pull off there and cut back loose. That coon in that little Christmas tree jumps out. And Daryl Guest is treed. He's got an den tree. And then I come treed in the country and they're deeper, and I got a slick.
Yeah.
So it puts Logan back ahead.
Yeah.
We're walking to it, the other guy's tree. Can't remember that guy's name. We're walking his dog tree. And when we get to his tree, there's like 4 minutes left. And I hear striking there about 9/10 with the wind blowing to us. So I could hear. And about less than a minute to go in the hunt, she comes treed again and got a coon sitting at the top of a den tree.
Really?
Sitting on the outside at the top of a den.
Yeah.
When we get in there. And Logan's dog was treed out of hearing into the wind the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Over a mile.
And you know he's got a coon too, most likely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
so you had a real nerve wracker in the late round on Friday.
Oh yeah. But then Saturday, she just dominated. She looked good.
Yeah. Well, I know going into that finals, you've got the winningest dog money-wise of all time in Echo, and one of the best females to ever take a breath, and a UKC world champion in you, with this little dog that you've had for, what, probably 9-10 months now?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you're just telling about all the breaks you caught to get there. And she really showed out in that final cast. I mean, when did you really think that, you know, I'm going to win this thing? At what point during that cast? Because I remember that cast specifically because the first time she come treed, I was like, wow, you know, that dog's got a big locate and a good mouth. I really like the way she sounds. So she kind of stuck out with me anyway. I'd hunted with Cookie. I'd hunted with Echo several times. But when at that point in that cast did you think, I'm going to be a PKC world champion?
When we got off the early round and we come in there to take them final round pictures, I looked at Sumner and the boy judging.
Mm-hmm.
He says, how you feel about it? I said, I'm going to win a world hunt.
Yeah.
And he said, you think so? I said, I think I'm going to win the world hunt. I said, she's done what she's supposed to do every round, and I've caught some breaks. I said, I think we're going to win a world hunt.
Yeah. And that, the confidence in the dog, it probably wouldn't have mattered who you were hunting against, you know, coming into that, if you were feeling that confident. Am I right?
That's right.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you were hunting against two of the best.
Oh, the greatest there is out there to me.
Yeah.
And I knew when we cut loose and then we had to call timeout that if I got mine caught, it was going to be a big game changer because Echo had to go so far, so fast to get treed.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was going to wear him out.
Yeah.
And when we cut back loose, mine struck in there and just drove that track in the country and come treed. I felt real good.
Yeah.
Because she come on it right.
Oh, yeah. She definitely came on it right. I'd never heard the dog. A little kid would have been like, holy crap, that dog's definitely trees.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a beautiful mouth and a beautiful locate, especially when she's running a good track like that.
Mm-hmm. And then when we walked in there to Cookie and seen she had a den, I felt real good.
Yeah. And you could tell that, and I think you may be right in that, because, I mean, how far did they have to go to catch Echo when we made that initial cut loose and had to call that timeout?
Mile and a half.
Yeah. I mean, he'd already went out through that open and had covered a lot of ground, and the dog seemed like throughout the rest of the cast that he was a step slower than he normally is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What were you thinking whenever we cut loose and all them dogs went across that wide open?
I wanted to puke. Yep.
Yeah, that was the first time I'd ever seen that happen. Have you ever seen anything happen like that, Doug?
No, that's the first time I've ever seen it happen. I had to call time out in like 40 seconds.
Yeah, especially in a World Hunt final.
Mm-hmm.
So when that was decided and you were, because I remember talking to you going to, I believe we were going to Cookie's second tree. deep, and you had already pretty much sewed it up. We were walking. You'd done treed 2 coons. I mean, this was pretty much a done deal. And, I told you about the super hunt, make sure you get the invite and all that stuff, and I'm still filming and all that. But when that sunk in that you were the PKC world champion, what is that feeling like?
It felt good, but really, I don't even really think it still hit me yet.
Yeah.
Because it's just about like winning out there at the Black IP this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's about what it feels like.
Yeah.
But
do you think it's because you're in high stakes casts all the time? Most of us are. Anytime we're out there hunting, you're up against 3 of the best. There's a lot of money on the line and all that stuff. But the PKC World Hunt, I assume, would hit just a little differently because of all the prestige, all the coverage. I mean, you got 1,000 people watching you do all this live. You got all the coverage afterwards, the super hunt invite, and something like that. Was there just a little bit more gratification in winning that?
It felt good. I mean, it was exciting, especially the walk to try to get her.
Yeah.
It wasn't near as tiring trying to get her rounded up.
I bet. What do you do when you get to Hooker and because that dog don't know she's a PKC world champion. She don't even know what we're doing out here other than she just wants to go treat coons. But how did you react towards Hooker when you finally got your hands on her at the end of that?
We walked in there and we was going to shoot a coon out there, and she had a big leaning tree, went into a den, and
yeah.
I just petted her up and said, "Good job, girl. Let's go."
Yeah. So you are the world champion. Nobody can ever take that away from you. But we've got the super hunt coming up where we take the 4 best dogs in all the registries and we put them together, kind of like the Super Bowl of coon hunting. You've hunted in East Texas, I assume?
Oh, yeah.
You just got from the Black Eyed Peas. So, it's not completely different from up there at Van Pierce's, but it's a little different, that big Flatwoods. How are you feeling going into this hunt, with Hooker? Are you feeling the same optimism as you was going into the PKC World?
Well, at first, before she'd ever been out to Texas, I was like, man, this is going to be a waste of time.
Yeah.
Because she runs so much jump.
Mm-hmm.
But after this past weekend, I feel real good.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she run no junk other than might have run just a little bit Saturday night late.
Yep. And you got in 2 nights last weekend there at the Black Eyed Pea, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And so you've got, how much has she won in this roughly a year, since you've had her?
Probably PKC, she's won somewhere around 70, I'd say 73,000, something like that. But all in all, she's probably won roughly 80.
And she's what, a 4-year-old dog?
Yep.
Just turned 4 not too long ago?
Yep.
And on that note, Doug, why wasn't she at Super Stakes?
Well, we'd sent all her stuff in. And the week before the Super Stakes, Roger Dale calls me and says, "I'm looking at your DNA right here. It's been profiled. It's just not been sent to the lab and all that stuff." I said, "Well, Roger Dale, can you not go ahead and do it?" I said, "Because I thought it had already been done."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, we can't do it now." So he just come off winning the World Hunt and couldn't hunt at Super Stakes.
Ain't that something?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you've hunted with Trigger Man, I assume, and you've hunted with Crash, I assume.
I've never been in the woods with Trigger, but I've hunted with, and I've never been in the woods with Lacey.
Yeah.
So,
well,
I have hunted with Crash.
Yeah. Well, we don't know, with the Pro Sport dog, we don't know exactly what we got coming up, but you figure it's going to be either Lane Leverett, Nikki Hale, Strickland, or I'm trying to think who the other one was. Of course, Trigger. And so, you got UKC World Champion Little Lacey, AKC World Champion Crash, and of those 4 dogs coming up in the Pro Sport hunt, Trigger, Lady, I believe it's Downtime, and Juliet. what dog would you think or would like to see down there at the Super Hunt?
I like them all.
Yeah.
I like all three of them guys.
Yeah.
They've all been good to me. So,
well, we're going to have a good time down there, Doug. We're ready and excited for it to happen. I'm excited to see you and get Hooker down there in the big flatwoods in East Texas. Now, there is going to be a lot more hogs down there where we're turning loose than where Van has. Now, Van has hogs.
Mhm.
If she wanted to run hogs down at Van's, I expect she could probably find a hog to run. So I think you're probably going to be all right. But there's a lot of coons to tree down there. And so it's going to be exciting to see Hooker and the rest of these dogs down there.
yes, sir.
All right,
Yeah,
Doug.
I'm excited. I'm excited to come see
Yeah.
how it turns out.
I am too. If not, we'll have a good time. Maybe we can do a little hog hunting, do a little pleasure hunting, maybe do whatever when you come down.
Oh, yeah. That sounds good.
All right, Doug, I appreciate you joining us. Is there anything else you want to add before we shut this down?
No, sir.
All right, we'll see you down at the Super Hunt, Doug, and good luck to you down there. And like I said, we're really looking forward to it.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it with Mr. Doug Hevner. We sure thank him for coming on. Like I said, tune in this week. We will have on Cane Stream Media the final cast for the Pro Sport Dog of the Year and who will be joining Doug at the Super Hunt. So stay tuned as always for Tree Dog Tuesday, Working Dog Wednesday, News Desk Monday, right here on the Fueled by Joy Working Dog Podcast Network.